What's your call? Let's move. What's up, guys? It is Rob, and I'm back with a brand new review. Continuing on with the Rambo series marathon. We are going to tackle the fourth movie in the series, Rambo. Came out in 2008 with other titles like Rambo 4, because it is the fourth movie, or even John Rambo, which was actually the original working title. You can kind of see a resemblance there when you compare it to Rocky Balboa, because Rocky 6, you know, that's what it just should have been called, as Rocky 6, because all the other, you know, movies had the number, but instead they go with just Rocky Balboa, in which they were going to just do John Rambo here. But they ended up going with just Rambo, so whatever. Yeah, you know, I gotta say, like, when I first saw the trailer to Rambo 2008, I was pretty damn excited, because I'm like, this is it. We're getting a brand new Rambo film. My God, this is just, it's epic. I remember going to the theater opening night with my cousin Dan. I remember, I think something went wrong with the actual movie. Like, we were watching, like it broke or something, or maybe, I think it was like the color faded or something. It kind of hindered our experience, but it was fine because we still got to see the whole movie, and my God, this movie blew my mind. I could not believe how gory and violent it was. I was not expecting that. I mean, like I said, in Rambo 3, there is a lot of violence in this, okay? There's violence in all the Rambo films. I actually think they get more violent as they go on, because First Blood, you know, Rambo hardly killed anybody. Really, he really didn't. There's a couple accidental things. But then you get to Rambo First Blood Part 2, yeah, he kills a bunch of people. Rambo 3 just goes haywire. This movie, he just has no remorse. He just basically does his thing and he sleeps like a baby at night. Like, honestly, I just could not believe the violence in this. It's intense. You get a feel for the characters. You really feel for the situation, especially these tribes people, like these village people that are getting terrorized by this government. And this governmental, like, small army that's there, and they terrorize these people and you know, steal the men for their army, and they kill the children and the women, and just it's crazy. Some of the stuff is, I'm not even sure if they show like actual footage of people dying and stuff like that, of you know, actual what do you call them, like snuff films almost, like actual videos. But when they made this movie, they got in trouble. But I'll get into all that. So yeah, it's a 2008 American action film directed and co-written by Stallone himself. So he did both the directing and the writing. Music by Brian Tyler. I'm a huge fan of Brian Tyler. I think he does some really, really awesome instrumental tracks. Had a budget of $50 million and it made 113, almost 114 million at the box office. The film was actually dedicated to the memory of Richard Crenna, you know, who died of course, heart failure in 2003. And there's some flashback scenes of Richard Crenna, which is really, really cool. You know, you can't have a Rambo film without him. But the footage is actually archive footage, of course. But you got, you know, Stallone returning as Rambo. You got Julie Benz. Pretty good cast. It's got that one guy from... he's been in other... I think he's been in other Stallone films. He was in Creed, of course. I can't remember his name. I think he's Australian. But, anyway, the plot is pretty simple. Basically, Rambo leads a group of mercenaries into Burma. to rescue these Christian missionaries. These Christian missionaries go into this village to deliver medicine and help and aid to these people who have next to nothing, who are being terrorized by this government army, this small army. And these missionaries end up being kidnapped by this small army, and Rambo basically tags along with these mercenaries and tries to get them back. And there's like this huge battle in the third act. I mean, it just turns into this, oh my god, people just getting blown apart, and you know, it's crazy. And I gotta give credit to Stallone. I mean, he directed a fantastic movie here. I mean, he really shows his acting chops and his directing chops. I mean, honestly, I think this movie actually ended perfect. And it was almost to where I didn't even want to see another one. I thought it ended perfectly. Kind of gave closure to the character a little bit. And the story to this was actually going to be the plot of Rambo 5, or Last Blood, about the Mexican cartel. That was actually supposed to be the plot to this. But Stallone didn't feel like he wanted to commit to that at the time. The rights to the franchise were sold to Miramax in 1997 after the Carolco, I guess that's how you say it, Carolco Pictures went bankrupt. And then Miramax wanted to produce a fourth film, but Stallone was, you know, he was not motivated to do it, to actually reprise the role. And then the rights were sold to, you know, Millennium Films and New Image in 2005, and then they greenlit the project. And then, you know, this was actually before the release of Rocky Balboa, actually. But again, you know, Rocky Balboa, and then they were going to call this John Rambo. And they just went with regular Rambo. It confuses everybody in the process. I don't know why they even... what's wrong with just Rambo 4? But anyway, yeah, really, there's some great action. It's very, very gory and bloody. Like I said, it kind of blows your mind because you're not expecting that. I mean, you're expecting a lot of action and gunfire and stuff like that, explosions. I was not expecting them to like stab little kids and throw them in the fire and rape women and, you know, stab people and like cut their heads off. It's just crazy. It's when they invade this village. This army invades this village and they start just killing everybody, and you see people's limbs flying off, and it's just very, it's so realistic, to be honest. But this actually got mixed reviews, but it was praised by the Burmese, what they call the Burmese people overseas. The Burmese people actually praised the movie for its vivid portrayal of the military's oppression. Of the Karen people, and it makes you think what's actually going on over there. You know, because this film is banned in Burma. Why? I mean, it's almost like they're trying to cover up something. Like it's just a film, but it depicts, you know, what these tyrannical governments are capable of, in these you know, small military armies that control the villagers and put fear into them, so they dare not cross them, or you know, they'll cut out their tongues or cut their heads off or whatever. It's all about fear, and they depict that in this movie. That's what it's about. But what's really going on over there? I mean, why would this movie be banned? It's just like, I don't know. You're pretty much giving yourself away by doing that. But yeah, it's extremely gory. A A lot of great action, a lot of great lines too. Like I said that in the beginning of this video, like, you know, live for nothing or die for something. It's a great, you know, Stallone, even in Rocky Balboa, he's like, you got to keep moving forward. You know, you got to be willing to take the hits. You know, he's got some great speeches. And the same in this movie. And there's a scene where he's running. He sets this claymore up by a bomb, and he's running like a bat out of hell. Man, I tell you, he does a great job with the action scenes here. I mean, of course, he's older, and he's really big. I mean, you can see right there, he's huge in this movie. But, yeah, just overall fantastic movie. Really quick, here is the extended cut of Rambo. The fourth film of the Rambo series includes never-before-seen footage, production diary featurette. Basically, the extended cut restructures the film. It restores most of the deleted scenes that are on the Blu-ray. So, it's like, when you come up to a scene that, let's say you watch in this cut, right? Theatrical cut. In this cut, you will see the scene flow a lot better. And what I mean is, like, if there's something cut here, you notice that they left the actual scene as a whole here, and it just seems to be a lot better as far as a scene to kind of stretch out a little bit. You get more from it, to be honest. That's what I liked about the extended cut. There's some music. I think there's some different kind of music changes, but there's also, like I said, scene changes. There's also the flashback scene. There's also some really cool stuff that they added here. I think it's like archive footage, but there's some stuff they added for that, which is really, really awesome. I definitely recommend the extended cut if you have not, you know, seen it. Some people say that it's not as gory as the theatrical. I don't know. Like, I guess there might be some scenes that in the extended cut might not be quite the same as the theatrical. I didn't really notice that, but I think people were saying that it is. But whatever. It's bloody either way. But yeah, Rambo 2008, one hell of a film, honestly. The goriest one of the franchise. Like I said, it gets bloodier as it goes on. I'm curious to see if Rambo Last Blood is going to be gorier than this. Is it going to be bloodier than this? From the trailer, it looks like he's chopping people up and shooting people with arrows and things are blowing up. It looks like it might be pretty bloody in that one. So I'm really curious to see if it's going to surpass this right here. So anyway, that is Rambo 2008. Great film. Like I said, I love the ending. It gives closure kind of like Rocky Balboa does. I love the way Rocky Balboa ended. But yeah, I really am looking forward to Rambo Last Blood to see how good it is. One little nitpick though, I can't get used to him having short hair as Rambo. I know he's older. He's playing like an old man Rambo. But I still think his signature look is the long hair. I mean, he's had it in all the Rambo films. And that kind of, you know, makes him different from Rocky. You know, Rocky has short hair. Rambo has long hair. And Rambo, that's his just signature look. He should look like Rambo. He should have long hair. Who cares? Even if it's gray, who cares? You know, you're Rambo, you should look like Rambo. But I don't know, maybe that won't make a difference. I'm still looking forward to the movie, so huge Rambo fan here. So yeah, that's it. That concludes my Rambo series marathon. Definitely check out my other reviews in the Rambo series if you're interested, and stay tuned for Rambo Last Blood review. After I review that movie, I'm going to rank all the Rambo films from worst to best. So that's my plan. And then after that, my next series marathon is going to be Terminator. It's going to be crazy. A crazy series. So, anyway, hope you enjoyed this review. Let me know down in the comments what you think of Rambo 2008 and what you think of the extended cut. Subscribe for more content, and I will see you guys in the next video.